You know that feeling when you're binge watching your favorite show and you're like, oh my God, this character is exactly like you, like me, like my best friend, like my boss, and you relate to them on such a real, authentic way. In this video, I'm gonna break down 5 of my favorite TV characters into their energy type, and we're going to look at how they show up in their life, how aligned they are, and how we recognize them and how we truly connect to them through their authenticity and through their actual character developed in their human design. This is gonna be a very different videos from any other, but I thought it's summertime, let's have some fun, and let me know in the comments what other characters or famous people you'd like me to assess or put my zest on it. Let's get into it. So I feel like the first one is gonna be so obvious, and I've been saying this is the second that I discovered human design, and that is Phoebe from Friends. Phoebe from Friends has always been one of my absolute favorite characters on TV because she's quirky, she's weird, she doesn't care, and she's fully authentic, her weird self. Which energy type do you think she represents? Drum roll. It's definitely a reflector. She is absolutely loony. She dresses in this very creative way. Her mind is always scattered. There's no structure in her life. There's no, nothing that's holding her tight. She's absolutely free. She's exploring. She's fun. And there's nothing cooler than the Smiley Cat song. And she is just so genuinely, authentically herself and honest and just really always in these environments where she feels seen and people really value her for her weirdness and her uniqueness. And I think that because of her style, the way that she's unapologetic about who she is, the way that she shifts and moves and really embodies different essences within the umbrella of being her weird self, she hits the nail on the coffin with being the most on TV reflector ever. Now that I'm saying that, I actually remembered this TV show, what is it, Dharma and Greg? Is that the TV show? I think so. And there's also the girl that's the main character. I didn't even look this up, but she's also fully cuckoo vibes. She's with the moon and her name's Dharma, so what can we expect? Or maybe even her father could be a fun reflector because he's really, honestly, I think he's more of a manifestor. But anyways, I digress. Let's get to the next energy type. The next is going to be Leslie Knope. And she is one of the main characters of Parks and Recreation. And I think that she has this continuous energy, this joy, this consistency, that she's always bringing in this uplifting energy. She's fun, she's enthusiastic, everything's seeing through pink colored glasses. She is the most aligned, non-frustrated version of a generator that could be. And so I chose her as a representative for the generator energy. You can even go on YouTube. There's a video that is called 10 Minutes of Leslie Knope being joy, being the human manifestation of joy or something like that. And being joy, such an important code word for the generator. I think that her really quirky, alive, fun, optimistic energy and perspective is the way that we can identify the generator the most. Another one that came to mind, but I didn't want to make everything about Friends, although I think we could probably put in all of the energy types into the Friends show, is Monica Geller. I feel Monica Geller is the most A-type personality generator ever because she is such a perfectionist. She works hard. She's doing. And it's just this personality that she has where she's overgiving and she's people-pleasing and she's self-sacrifice. And so she's not the most high expression of the generator like Leslie is, but there's something about her that is like this consistent drive, this consistent need of doing, this never sitting still, this always in movement, perfecting, giving, doing for others, always being helpful. That is such a classic generator pattern. The next one on my list is the manifestor, and I chose female manifestors because I think they're so fun to come see alive, and it's not the kind of character that is pushed by society a lot, right? Like it's usually always very girly. The girls are very girly. They always fall in love with the guy, yada, yada, yada. But for me, the character of The Devil Wears Prada, Miranda Priestley, and now that I think they're doing like a Devil Wears Prada reboot, she is such a great representation of leadership, of being cold, of, you know, saying what she thinks without, you know, being sensitive. But again, I think it fits because also she is older, so it represents a more hierarchical structure of what the manifestor used to look like. We are no longer accepting this kind of energy in the workplace. And so she has a strong authority, leadership. I don't care about what anybody does. I do my thing. I'm honest. I say what I want. She's good at informing. She's good at leadership. But she misses the thing that I feel makes the manifestor so magnetic and so beautiful to be around, which she's not, is that element of peace. It's that element of protection. It's that element of calm. It's that element of I'll protect you. But who I think really embodies this great is Olivia Pope from Scandal. I used to be obsessed with this show. And I think she is such an incredible manifestor character. She is always saying what she thinks. Her energy is so wild and intense. It's like, oh my God, this is so scary. She confronts people with the truth. But her energy is not like running like a generator, right? I feel like she has these moments of like intensity, heightened like peaks of adventures, and then there's like, you know, she's back at her home, she's chilling, she's like retreating. And so I think she's very forward with a lot of the way that she acts. She's always, you know, there to support other people and protecting other people and fighting for other people, but there is an intensity and unavoidable presence and impact that she has. I feel like her words, her way of coming across the screen is so impactful, so powerful. She's like a force of nature. And so she's dressed in these suits. She has this very masculine side of her, which then obviously in her relationship with the president, spoiler alert, shifts, right? The dynamic shifts. And I think it's interesting because I have a lot of manifestor females who are like, I don't want to inform, I want a guy to take care of me. And it's like, you are allowed to be dominant in your energy as a manifestor and still be taken care of. And so I think she represents a very good dynamic in that sense, where I think her profile as a manifestor is much more nuanced and it's much more balanced, because there is this active essence of I'll protect you. I'll do whatever it takes to get to the truth. I make sure that you feel safe. So there's the aspect that is very positive about the manifestor that I think is more present in Olivia Pope than it is in the character of The Devil Wears Prada. And now we get to one of my favorite characters to ever exist on TV, but it's also generational, okay? Is Samantha Jones. Samantha Jones is one of the characters of Sex and the City that is magnetic. She's successful. She does what she wants. She has her own empire that she's building, and she really lives life by her own rules. And I was doubting to put Samantha as somebody who is a manifestor, but I really feel she embodies the perfect balance of being a manifesting generator, because she's wild, she's dominant, she's, you know, like magnetic, and she has that like intensity about her. But she is a working girl. Like, she is grinding, she is working, but she also has a lot of time for pleasure, a lot of time that fuels her. You know, she goes shopping, she enjoys herself, she goes out to parties, she's social. So there's a lot of aspects of her that, even though she has this dominant side of like this boss babe inside her, she also has the more generator side, which is like hustling and working hard But then also, which I think is such an essential part that people forget, like generators and manifesting generators, you're here to enjoy life. Like you are really the people who are teaching us, the rest, how to really make the most of life. Because you have all of this energy, you travel, you go out to dinner, you go to the gym, and like, I don't know how you do all of these things in one day, right? I need to spread this out in a month. But I think she is the epitome, the way that she moves, the way that she is just like so seductive. It isn't this masculine way that is so aggressive that I see as a manifestor in Olivia Pope and the Devil Was Prada characters. There's something of much more magnetic, more feminine, more consistent in her energy that I really enjoy coming and seeing it, on screen. And so she is very fun, but she's also a girl who really knows how to step into her feminine, and she really enjoys being taken care of. And there's really an element to her where it's like she is actually really connected to her sacral. I don't see her saying yes for anybody. I don't see anybody trying to micromanage her. The second somebody tries to impede on her freedom, which is such a manifesting generator thing, she's like, I don't think so. Who? I don't know you. So that's why I chose Samantha Jones from Sex and the City as the epitome of the manifesting generator. But let me know in the comments who else is a manifesting generator from your favorite TV shows. I have to say, I think a lot of them will subscribe to generators, manifesting generators, but because there was a nuance. Like I cannot wait for people to use human design and energy types to build out a character on TV. Like how cool would it be if writers in LA would create a TV show when they are building the characters or the actors themselves, they understand their energy type and they bring it in life and into the conversations and into their obstacles, right? I really believe this will happen because it gives depth. And I'm really excited to see it happen. So somebody else, for example, that I think will be a great generator is Charlotte. I think Charlotte could be a great generator because she's always busy. She's always doing things, even if it's things that are not necessarily bringing her money, right? So when she quits her job at the gallery that she's been working consistently for I don't know how many years, she starts projects. Then it's an next project, another project, another project. But she doesn't have the fierceness and the dominance of a manifesting generator, right? I see that also in Carrie. I feel like Carrie could also be a manifesting generator. She has that column, but then she has like 1,000 side projects. But I feel the strongest epitome of the manifesting generator is Samantha. Let me know what you think. And last but definitely not least, I know your projectors are watching till the end. You're like, who am I? Who am I? So I've chosen 2 different characters. And I feel it's been interesting because when doing this research, a lot of like older people came to mind because they're easy to be like the wise one, the guidance, like it just always like the wise older person within the character story that it has the most projector qualities, but it didn't want to go to that like easy route. So one person that gave me strong projector vibes is Misha Barton from the OC. There's something very toxic, no, but there's something very delicate about her presence. There's something very soft about the way she moved through life. There is not this intense ambition, dominant energy. There's really this kind of softness to her. There is this capacity to really see deeply behind people and reading deep into their soul, right? I can really feel her penetrating aura, like trying to rip off the fake masks of this like fake posh world that she's in, right? She's like really falling in love with the actual person that she sees, the potential. My projector girlies, she's falling in love with the potential, which is major projector red flag, by the way, but very common for us to happen. I am guilty of that myself. And so I feel like Misha Barton has that essence. She's soft, she's feminine, she's not aggressive. There isn't this force in her energy. And so I looked beyond the description of the characters. I really connected to the essence of the presence of the character on screen. And I feel Misha Barton is that very like modern projector female essence of being kind of like the victim of her own capacity to see people so deeply, and like falling into these situations where she sees the best in others and doesn't see the actual reality of what's happening in front of her. And so I chose her. And then to give you a male projector, there's so many that come to mind, but my favorite is Edward Culling from the Twilight series, okay? There is something very quiet, very reserved, very put together, I don't want to say zero aggressive, but there's something that I even feel like, isn't every vampire a projector because they need to be invited in? I got you! Funnest episode ever of this, the Human Design Portal. I'm cracking up. So I feel there's something about Edward, the vampire, that makes me think of male projectors. Do with that information whatever you will. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Drop down what other energy types you would, maybe you think I'm completely wrong. Let me know. I want to have this conversation in the comments. This can be so much fun. And as always, remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.